Taiwan is bursting with heaps of fun places to explore. Join me, Amber Hatfield, as I hit up travel hotspots, soak up some culture, and hunt down hidden gems. Let's go! Hi! Today I'm joined with
Phil. Hello.
my fellow host, Phil Leskovsky. Phil is from Slovakia. And how long have you been living in Taiwan?
I think over 5 years, some almost close to 6 years. Yeah.
And so I guess you've traveled a lot in Taiwan, right?
Not too much, but also I got the very basic and some hidden spots down. Yes.
Nice. So today he's going to share with us a recent trip that he went on to Sun Moon Lake to do some swimming. But first, why don't you tell us a little bit about like how long you've been in Taiwan, where you've lived in Taiwan, and some other places that you've been to?
Right. So Taiwan, the first time I came was 2015 through an exchange program, the university. And that I stayed in Taipei for half a year. And then I came back to study Chinese again in Taipei for 1 year. And then I came back for my master's degree. And that was in Hualien.
Hualien's a nice place.
Hualien was very nice. There was, not much to do. Like in Taipei, you don't always have an activity to go to, but you kind of get very good at board games. Since at night there's not much to do. And then you explore a lot of hot springs and like rivers and swimming places and like hidden spots in Taroko or somewhere. So that was very nice.
Yeah, because Hualien's on the East Coast, so it's like
Right.
very natural and lots of like outdoors activities to do.
Right. If for our listeners, if you ever come to Taiwan, East Coast, it's where it's at. That's where you need to go.
Yeah. So do you know a little bit about the history of the Sun Moon Lake swimming event, or should I let the listeners in?
Not much, please enlighten me.
Okay, so the swimming event that Phil went to a couple of weekends ago was the Sun Moon Lake International Swimming Carnival. And it's an annual event, and it's actually the oldest and largest event in the area. And it started in 1983. So it's been going for, 30 years or something, right?
Over. Wow.
40 years, right?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and so it happens around the Mid-Autumn Festival or Moon Festival every year. So that's around the end of September or maybe early October, depending when it falls. And did you know how many meters it was that you swam or how many kilometers?
From what we were told, it was 3.3 kilometers. So a little over 3 kilometers, 3,000 meters.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's far. And so the event, it attracts thousands of people every year, like many swimming enthusiasts, not even just from Taiwan, but also from other countries as well. Did you notice that there were lots of foreigners there?
I seen maybe 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just looking around. But I heard in total there were way more foreigners than I counted.
Yeah. So it's become known as the 10,000 people swim meet because it's so full of people. It's really, really busy.
Right.
How many people do you think were there this year?
From what I read somewhere and heard, it was little over 25,000.
That's so
So
many.
now it's 20,000 people meet, and soon it's going to be 30,000 people meet.
Yeah.
It was a little bit packed.
Yeah. Well, anyone over 10 years can take part in the swim. Did you see a lot of kids there as well?
Yes, there were plenty of like families and all age categories, and let me tell you, they have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Those little kids, they could swim good. Well.
Cool. Well, so Phil, why don't you tell me, like, how did you end up doing the Sun Moon Lake swim and what spurred you to do this event?
Right, so we were, to be honest, I didn't do much for the registration process. I let other people handle it, and I'm very thankful to them for that. So you have to register in group of 6. That's the minimum. So they want to have like you go with someone and you have a group next to you, so you don't go alone. I guess safety reason and easier handling of the procedure, registration. And then so you register 6 people as soon as possible. As you said, it's very popular, so the spots are limited, although it doesn't seem like that, but it gets like it gets out very quickly.
Like the
there's
tickets
out of
or
spaces.
the registration, fills
online
up.
fills up. Yes.
Mm.
So we did that, 6 people, and then you pick your time. So there's different times you go in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have this little window from like we had 7:30 to 8:15 in the morning,
Mm.
and then they let you in.
Was that one of the earlier slots, or are there much earlier than that
We
as
were
well?
the second one, so the first one would be somewhere like 6:30 to 7:15 or something like
Okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they had it planned and nicely thought out, but like once you get there, it's just too many people to handle at the same time. So there's lines, there's people skipping lines, it won't ever go smooth. So like if you want to make your window and you make it in time, just get there a little earlier, because you're gonna be standing in line and like you will miss your window
Right.
for sure
Yeah.
if you don't get there earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet, because there's so many people. So was it that you had always wanted to do the swim? Like, had you always been interested in swimming, or are you a good swimmer, or was it somebody else who kind of pushed you into it?
I always enjoy swimming. I never swim anyhow like competitively or
Mm.
nothing that I measure distance or time something. I just like to swim, and it was my girlfriend's sister and her boyfriend who were like very enthusiastic, and they wanted to do it. So we were like, okay, let's go. Might as well. It's once. Maybe some people do it yearly. For me, it could be like, yeah, it's something to do at some point.
Well, like a once in a lifetime.
Maybe once in a lifetime. I mean, it's nice. It's just the whole waiting and going there and preparing and all the fees and everything counts up. Like, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just
Actually, I didn't think about the fees. How much is it to sign up for the event?
900, 800.
Oh, okay.
So
it's
you
not
get
too
a
bad.
you get a T-shirt, a little certificate thingy, and a towel.
All right. So you
and
get
a
some
swimming
merch,
hat.
something to remember it by.
Yes, definitely.
So did you do any training for the swim?
Not really. As a rule, you have to bring your own floating thingy, yes, device, and that's a must, because like it's a long distance and there's not much to. There are little feeding stations on the side, so that's where you can like relax. But like if you were to do it just 3 kilometers, I would have drowned. It's probably impossible, because you run out of energy at some point,
Right.
and you still have to do something to just keep afloat. So everybody had to have the swimming floating thingy, and then that makes you relax and take a rest whenever you need to, and then just with it you can also like keep moving slowly, or just tie it behind your leg and just start moving at normal speed. So I would say that the training helps you with the energy levels, and like it makes you probably faster and better, but I don't think it's 100% necessary to very like train. It's not like a half marathon or even a marathon, you know, that thing, like I doubt that many people can run without any preparation, but this is very doable.
Right. Okay. So this is more of like a leisurely kind of a thing. It's not really
is.
like any
It
kind of
is.
competitive.
No, there's people who want to challenge themselves, so they do the whole like they start in their early group or batch and they just go as fast as possible. But for mostly, you know, it's like a, as you said, leisure activity, like families, friends, they take pictures, they talk, they eat snacks. Like it's more like, you know,
Yeah. So kind of during the event, because I've seen pictures of it before and it looks a little bit crazy, like people kind of swimming on top of each other and stuff like that. So was it like that?
Yes. You've seen correctly. There's still a couple of like ways to find and like pierce through.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it's the worst, because like everybody's getting down and just slowly getting adjusted and everything. And somewhere after the 2.5 kilometers, because like we were the second batch, right? So we perhaps even got there as a third batch. So there were already, if there's 6 batches, you know, like almost half people in the water now. So that's over 10,000, you know, and like the beginning you kind of get, and they get spread out. But what happens is that people run out of energy at some point. So you got to like almost the third kilometer, and they were just like, it was just stuck everywhere. Like you know, it was hard. Like I had to tap people's shoulder to say like, okay, may I?
Oh,
yeah, just pass.
wow.
But they were very
busy.
respectful and all that. Like, okay, go, you have energy.
Wow, so really busy. So
Yeah, packed.
kind of what were your overall thoughts then? Do you think you would want to do it again, or would you recommend it for other people to do?
I would definitely recommend it as one thing to tick off from the must things to do in Taiwan, which I heard is the highest mountain, the Jade Mountain, Yusan, and then going around the island by either motorbike or preferably bike. And this one counts as the third one must do. If I were to do it again, probably not necessarily like that I want to, unless really people want to go, and I'm like, I'll join just for, so we will have it as a fun activity. But for me, for now it's enough. But for people who haven't done it, I highly recommend it. Just to have an experience, because in an experience, like when do you get to swim in San Mon Lake? First of all,
yeah, exactly.
Since I guess it's not allowed, right?
Yeah, it's not allowed to swim in there normally, so
no.
It's pretty special.
And then when do you get to swim 3.3 kilometers?
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I felt it 4 days afterwards.
But you're recovered now, are you?
Yes. Now I can go for another. I can go for more now.
And so you've also got your certificate as well.
You get a little paper to put on the wall and proudly look at it every time you feel, I don't know, slight failure.
Well, it was really nice to hear about your trip. Any more things that you wanted to share about the Sun Moon Lake swim?
You mentioned that you want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you get to register next year and do it and have fun.
Thank you.
No problem.
Right. Okay. Thanks for joining for our episode of Let's Go today, and I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Thank you.